Say what if you French kiss your cousins? What? You sick freaks. Drew McIntyre brought up a reasonable point. If you're going to go so far as to French kiss your cousins, why stop there? That's called fucking incest, you sick fucking freaks. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Columbus, Ohio. We're going towards Backlash in France, somewhere over there. I don't remember what the city is, but I hope that everybody there has a great goddamn time. But before that, we gotta talk about this. It's right before the WWE draft where they rearrange the furniture. They move a few people over here and over there and over everywhere, and then really it accomplishes nothing. And before I get into that, I'm gonna talk about some fucking goddamn idiots that decided to comment on a clip of a video that went around of Jojo Offerman, who recently lost her husband, by the way, the love of her life, the father of her children. She is absolutely goddamn devastated and is trying to pick up the pieces, and hang out with her friends. And it was a clip of her partying with Liv and a couple other people. Didn't see who, doesn't matter for the purposes of this equation. And people were like, Bray's only been dead for a bit. Why isn't she grieving? Why isn't she doing this? Shut the fuck up. Just let somebody grieve however they want. Let them have fun with their friends and they can forget their troubles. The fact that they lost somebody that meant so goddamn much to them for even a tiny little bit, just feel that they can get back to normalcy. Who the fuck are you guys to judge? I mean, just because family members would shun you and nobody outside of anybody that had sustained several major head injuries and a possible double lobotomy would ever want to sleep with you doesn't mean that Jojo can't enjoy herself with her friends and just try to move on. I mean, goddamn, fuck y'all for saying, oh, she's got to grieve. You don't fucking know her. You don't know her. Okay, speaking of people I don't know where these other people are going to end up because the WWE releases are happening. What's happening? Oh, hi, rerun. Yeah, it happened during SmackDown, and apparently one other got revealed by Fightful and Sean Ross Sapp. Had to credit them right there because it's only fair. And a few releases. So I do want to say one thing about SmackDown. I didn't review it. I was busy. I was also tired. And yeah, the new tag titles look sweet. They look really cool. They didn't really add a whole bunch of color to them, just a lot of gold. Let's talk about the releases. So Jinder Mahal. You know what? He's going to get work. He could work in Impact or TNA. Though, given some clips that I saw from their most recent show, I don't know if anybody would want to go there because Anthem is running him into the ground. He'll find work. It would be actually hilarious if he managed to, get into AEW before Hook left and then we could get that match. That would be funny. So I do feel bad for Jinder, but he had gotten healthy paychecks from the company for a bit. He was a former WWE and US champion. He'd been back for close to 8 years now. Xia Li, I'm disappointed here because I always felt they could have done more with her. Is she a world beater in the ring? No, but she has a unique style. She has a good look. They put a lot of money into the comic book stuff and the Mortal Kombat entrance, and they did nothing with her. Also, she's a fucking goddamn knockout. How the hell could they not find something to do with her? Hopefully, she finds stuff to do. Can stay in wrestling. Because she had improved. Again, she's never going to be like a 5-star classic talent. But they could have done more with her. Veer and Sangha. So yeah, Jinder went out the door into share. They're gone. Okay, it's disappointing, especially given Veer's, background and everything, the $1 million arm. They could have done more with him. Two big guys are no doubt going to find work. Zion Quinn. I had totally forgotten about him. I wish him nothing but the best. I didn't realize he was 34. Whatever. I don't know what they're going to have him do or what he'll end up doing, but hopefully something. Von Wagner apparently also got released. Sometimes second-generation talents just don't work out. That's really what it comes. Hopefully everybody finds work and they can continue to earn a living in wrestling. That being said, let's get to the review now. So, who will be the next Women's World Champion? Oh boy, do I have thoughts about that. Do I have good thoughts or bad thoughts? You have to wait. Cole and McAfee are in the ring to talk about the Battle Royal and run down the card. And I'm just going to say right now that Pat McAfee at times can be entertaining, but now he's reached JBL and Graves levels of bullshit where he's just nonsensical, makes very little, if any, sense. Women arrive earlier like Liv, who somehow forgot her pants stuff. Thinking about it, Kier. I know you're thinking about it. Stop it. Get some help. Kier, if you think this is the only time I'm going to mention that, you don't know me very well. Thanks, Kier, by the way, for the compliment on Twitter. You are a very good guy. Stop thinking about Liv like that. So, Becky shows up looking as only she can look, and then Jay comes out for a promo where he eats, and then Priest shows up, and yeah, they talk about stuff, and that they were both up next. Well, then Priest says Jay was right. Jay was half right because Priest is up next. Jay is too goofy. The crowd loves him. I can't deny that. It's just not for me. I don't get the yeet thing. Also, JD tried showing up, and yeah, that didn't work at all. Inadvertent kick to Priest. And apparently King of the Ring is coming back in Saudi. And if the women don't play their cards right, they'll end up, leaving with their head, without their head on a crown. Let's just move on from that. DIY took on Awesome Truth in a tag title match. And it certainly happened. The crowd loved Truth, and Gargano got pinned in about 10 minutes. The matches didn't really mean anything. By the way, in case you're wondering why this review's up a little bit later than usual, it is due to the fact that I watched a mystery movie, a Regal mystery movie, likely the last mystery movie for a bit, at least according to the schedules, because we're getting into the summer swing. And boy, there are certainly some movies coming out this summer. So check out the channel, especially in May. I'm going to be trying to do a lot more movie reviews and maybe a little bit less wrestling. So yeah, Ciampa won't shake the hand. Priest is pissed at JD for what's happening to JD. Dominic's in a sling. Apparently he's legit hurt. Hopefully he recovers. And Santos will sub for Dominic. A sub for Dom. I mean, I don't even need to say anything. NXT Battleground. So that's taking place at whatever the UFC place is. And the nice thing is, if Shawn Michaels wants to do some scouting while he's watching the NXT show, he can watch the UFC roster at the same time. And then here's Imperium. Gunther is back. He elevated the Intercontinental Championship. It's a new era. They are driving that to the point that it's going to get stale. But that Sammy now has a target on his back. Gunther no longer has a target on his. So now he can just, destroy people. And he wants to be king of the ring. An Austrian man wanting to become king. This sounds familiar. And then New Day shows up. And, okay, I'm done. I'm done with New Day. I'm not done with the people as talent. Done. Sorry, it's the same old song and dance. Xavier wants to be a two-time King of the Ring winner. I forgot that he was the winner before. A tag match next. So, more talents arrived. Nia also arrived. I wrote down if she wins, that's it. I'm giving up on the show, at least in the interim. New Day and Imperium had a match. Gunther was at ringside. New Day won. Vinci got pinned. Gunther was pissed and then seemed to fire up Kaiser a little bit. Gunther left, and they milked this way too long. Way too long. They stayed on this way too long where it was obvious. I kind of had a feeling, actually, that Kaiser was going to turn on Vinci anyway. And then it was cemented by the fact they stayed on this too long. He was hugging him, telling him it's okay, and he beats the shit out of him. The Germany-Italy alliance, once again, fracturing or whatever. Some things never change. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And there you go. So, yeah, Germany reigns supreme once again. There's a certain interest in this level. So there we go. Let's move on from that. Kaiser, I actually thought that Kaiser really kicked Vinci when he was on the steps. That looked brutal. So, Gunther looked very happy. Here's Drew. We get CM Punk chants. He keeps knocking Punk. And how he loves wrestling, but wrestling doesn't love him back. Say what if you French kiss your cousins, you freaks. And he wants in the King of the Ring. Here's Sheamus. We've got this feud again, and I don't mind it, except Sheamus tells him he blew it like he just should. He had the whole world in his hands. No, that's not a shot at Bray. And then, Sheamus says banger after banger after banger, and Drew's like, well, it's more like burger after burger, and that's what they were saying, not me, and because people were fat-shaming Sheamus. I was only worried last week because I thought maybe there was something going on with him because he wasn't as svelte as before. It wasn't that he was big. I was just worried, like is he healthy? And apparently he is. He just recently got the green light to train and come back. So hopefully he can be all right. Also, the man's 46 with a lot of injuries like spinal stenosis, so that's going to happen. The man has looked remarkably the same for about 15 years. So he then says, you know, I can lose the weight. You can't lose stupid. That was actually a pretty good line. The weight jokes, really, that's what we're going with. We're going to lean into all this stuff. I don't know why they would be taking a shot at Sheamus if that was the case. Sheamus then beat Nakamura in a match that Nakamura means fuck all. So, Kathy's with Sammy. Here comes Bronson shows up. They have a bit of a verbal spat. And then he attacks. Well, here comes Bronson attacks Sammy. Gable's with the Alpha Academy. Gable's pissed, and he's fired up, and he's serious. It's about 5 years too late. But whatever. They're trying here. They're really trying. He knocks Tozawa. Says that Maxine is pretty as a princess, but dumb as a bag of rocks. Ouch. Makes fun of Otis, which must have been tough for him because apparently they're really lifelong friends. And we will do this together. You're going to help me win the Intercontinental title no matter what. And this is just going to lead to the Creeds becoming the new Alpha Academy. I mean, I think we could all see where this is coming. Or where this is going. It is what it is. It's fine. I mean, I don't know why they're trying to make me care about Alpha Academy. And it's nice that Gable's getting, a heel push and a singles push. He's approaching 40, and I don't think he's going to be wrestling much longer. But whatever, they're finally trying. So then Ricochet's talking to Dominic, and then Liv stares at Dominic like she's just going to jerk his arm off. Stop it, Kier. Stop. Stop picturing those words. Stop it. So, Nia promo, and then we go to Andrade El Olio and Ricochet against JD and Santos. Sponsored by Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way this match is booked, I guarantee it. So, Andrade pins, I believe, JD. Priest shows up and says, he relays him out and says, you need me, I don't need you. Or strike that, reverse it. And then we get to a Zoe video package for some reason. Jackie is with Indy and Candice, and then suddenly there's a shouting match about 20 feet over there where Liv is shouting at Nia, probably like, you idiot, you can't do anything right. And Nia can't do anything right. As you can see, emotions are running high back here. Good words, Jackie. Becky thankfully comes in here to save this by adding some level of levity to this goddamn, fiasco of an interview segment. And Becky basically takes the microphone and says, is walking and sees Ivy and Maxine and says, you go out there and prove that this won't be the last time you compete for a title. Then she gets to the ring after saying, Rhea, when you're ready, I'm going to, face you again. And the draft is on 26th and the 29th. I'll be reviewing those shows for sure. I do want to say in regards to not this week's, but next week's SmackDown, I'm going to be working that night. I will actually be off, shockingly, for Backlash, so I'll be able to watch that live. Be interesting to see how the French crowd reacts. And a women's world title battle royal, the vacant world title. Liv, seriously, Kier, stop looking at the eye on her ass. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Kier? What is wrong with poor Kier? Poor Kier. Again, genuinely nice guy. I do this because I care. I care, Kier. I care about you, Kier. I care about making sure that you get some help. Poor guy. Maxine eliminates Candice and Indy. Abolish the division. It's not worth it. Zoe actually remembers the first ever battle royal that Roy Shire put on. Nia was in way too long. It was down to Becky and Liv. And they battled on the apron way too long. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the man, woman, animal, vegetable, mineral, space aliens. The apron stuff got awkward. And it looked like Liv might get the victory. Nope. Manhandle slam. Becky gets the victory. Now, I just want to say here, in closing, Becky, as champion, short term, is fine. If she holds it past SummerSlam, and it doesn't look like Liv is anywhere near the title picture by then, okay. Then we can get upset. Let's just take a chill pill. Let's check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Let's just take it easy. As the Eagles said, I think it was the Eagles that said that, take it easy, guys. Honestly, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Liv doesn't have any heat on her because of the stuff that happened with Rhea. It's going to be all right. Now, again, I'm cautiously optimistic because I think that they might actually see something in Liv. And Becky and Liv having that, and maybe Liv finally getting her moment, beating Becky in a big match for the title, especially after day one, the pay-per-view and other skirmishes that they've had. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, this week I will be reviewing SmackDown. I might even review NXT Spring Break-In. At least the matches. Probably not the backstage stuff that's always stupid, but at least there's some interesting matches there. That being said, we'll see what happens with them rearranging the furniture for the draft. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rethlin. I'll see you soon.